Hi, welcome all. In this video, we will see Apache POI part 2. As part of this video, we will see read Excel data using column number, read Excel data using column name, write data to Excel using column number, and the same way write data to Excel using column name. So for this, we are going to write 4 kind of helper methods. One is for this using column number and read Excel using column name, and the same way write for column write using column number, write using column name. 4 different types of helper methods. In our previous video, we have created a utility class called Excel API test. So in that we will write 4 more helper methods to read the data easily. So let's flip to Eclipse. So this is what we are working. So in the same, go to Excel API test. So inside this, we already created 2 methods, get row count, get column count, and we have created a constructor. So here only we will write one more method, that is public string get cell data. So get cell data, here string sheet name means from which sheet, and int column number. So in which column, int row number, from which row, right? So in this Excel sheet means from this sheet, from this row, from this column, you will get username, right? To get the cell data, you need a row and column. In which row and which column, then only you will get the particular cell data. That is the reason we need what is the sheet name, in which column, in which row. Okay, these are 3 parameters needed to read the data. So here I will write in the try catch block. So whenever there is a problem, then exception E, and inside this I will write E dat print stack trace. So this is exception. So E dot print stack trace means it will give you the what exactly the issue is, and I'll write some custom message, return string rate. So row plus the row number which we are using there from the parameters, the row number, then or column. Okay, does not exist in Excel. See, if I have given the row number or column number which is not there in the Excel sheet, some issue there, then it will tell you that the 4th row or 6th column does not exist in the Excel file. That is the reason it will throw an exception, right? So we'll write actual logic inside the try. Now first I need to get the sheet. Sheet equals to workbook dot get sheet of this sheet name. So from this sheet I need to know the row, right? From which row I need to read the data. So sheet dot get row of row number as usual, right? We have seen these things. Now new one is cell. I need to get the cell. So for that, if you want to go to the particular cell, you need to depends upon the row, right? In the particular row, particular cell. So we need to depends upon the row dot get cell, right? Get cell of which column cell, that you need to mention using column number. Alright, you need to understand these three, then almost you understand everything. So from the sheet name, go to the row of particular row number in the sheet. So once you get the row, inside that row, go to particular cell. So particular cell means which using the column number. Right. Now I have everything, but the inside the cell, what kind of data I have? Right. A cell may contain numeric value, a cell may contain string value, a cell may contain date values, a cell may contain boolean values. So if you have date, if you read the data as a string, you may get some issues. So that is the reason. First we need to find which kind of data is inside that cell. Then according to that, use that particular method to read the data and then convert that information into string. Then you read the data. Why you converting the data to string? So ultimately I am reading the data in the form of string. So the return type of get cell data is string. So that is the reason you need to mention if in the cell dot get cell type enum. Okay, get cell type enum is equals to, enum means it will hold multiple values. So you have one of the option guide, cell type is an enum. Cell type dot, if that is a numeric, or means you need to mention two pipe symbols. Okay, if it is numeric, or there may be a chance of some formulas. Right. Cell dot get cell type enum is equals to cell type dot formula. Okay, if it is a kind of numeric value, or if it is a formula inside the cell, then okay, before that what I'll do, first I'll check, simply return, sorry, I'll write the same if condition, if cell dot get cell type enum is equals to cell type dot string. At present I am assuming string, rate. First I am checking if it is string, simply return cell dot get string cell value. Okay, get string cell value. The reason is I am expecting a string. If it is string, get the value in the form of get string cell value. We have seen some methods, right, in the previous videos PPT. If it is which kind of data, you need to use particular method. So if it is not, sorry, else if it is not string, I am expecting a numeric or formula. Then if it is not string, I am checking all the conditions, that it may be a numeric, it may be a formula, it may be a string, it may be a date, it may be integer, something like that. So according to the data which the cell is getting, the cell is reading the data right from this particular column. If that cell is string type, return the string. If the cell is having numeric or formula, then use another method. Then string cell value is equals to string dot value of, right. value of, so I'm directly, sorry, string dot value of what, cell dot get numeric cell value. The actual data I'm expecting is get numeric cell value. Instead of get string cell value, I'm using get numeric cell value. The reason is, if it is numeric or formula, use this. But I am converting this integer value int to string. For that I am using string dot value of. Okay, the integer data I am converting into string. Again, I will check one more condition. If that is date, we have one more class called HSSF, date util. HSSF date util dot is cell date formatted, is date formatted. If it is, the cell is date formatted, then here also you maintain that information as a numeric value. Okay, so here what I am doing, before converting into a particular string, whatever kind of date format you give, I am converting into a particular date format which I need. Okay, so anyhow I am writing the logic, so I am maintaining all the possibilities. Okay, new simple date format. I am mentioning the pattern here, in which pattern I need to get that data, dd mm yy. Simply I am converting this format, then date is equals to cell dot get date cell value. Okay, the actual date I am getting from the cell, so then cell value is equals to this cell value, right? I am converting into now string, df dot, sorry, df dot format the date, so the date, right? Now I got that information in the form of string, so I'll simply return here, return cell value. The cell value is string. The reason I need in the form of string. Okay, so I try to manage data if it is coming in the form of string. In the same way, if I am getting the data in the form of numeric or formula or in the date, that is also I am handling in the form of string. Okay, so now again one more kind, else if cell dot get cell enum type is equals to what, cell type dot, sometimes blank cell may be there, right? Blank cell, then return nothing, empty cell, you return the empty cell. So last, I managed string values, I managed numeric values, I managed formulas, I managed date, I managed blank, and the last I am saying there may be a chance of Boolean values. So then simply else I say Boolean cell value is equals to, I think it will not, so otherwise what I'll do, I'll directly write in the single, so simply return string dot value of, you see Boolean value, What is that? Cell dot get boolean cell value. Okay, instead of storing in a variable and returning, I'm directly returning this string dot value of the value which comes in the form of boolean. Also I'm converting into string and then returning in the form of string. I am done, right? String get cell data using sheet name, column number and the row number. So first I'm getting the row and then cell. Inside the cell what kind of information I am getting. So I can simply avoid this much code, frankly speaking, if I assume everything is string, but I don't know. As I'm writing a utility method, anyhow I'm writing a utility method. So what I'll do, I'm managing each kind of data, means string, numeric, formula, boolean, blank, date, all these kind of formats I'm managing. Otherwise you may get some issues. So that is the reason I have written this much logic. Okay, then what kind of data it is giving the cell, you can easily get that in the form of string. That's it, very simple. We are done with this. So we'll give a try, right? Here in the same check Excel API, right? So go here and then I'll simply mention checking get cell data using column number here. Okay, here checking row count. All right, checking column count. Right here I already created an object to this Excel file, right? So I already have. So simply I'll say is out and directly printing eat dot get cell data. What is the sheet? Credentials. What is the column number? What is the column number? 0th column. Row number from the particular row. I say second row, just an example. Okay, I'll print 5 values from the second row. Second column, third column, 3 and 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So we'll try to print this. Okay. After printing, I'll give a separation. I'll give a separation like something like this. Okay. To know the exact information from where I'm getting. Otherwise, what I'll do one more thing here. I'll put that inside this. Simple. So when I run this, you see that row 2 or column does not exist. So we'll check. See, we are getting null pointer exception and I'm getting this row 2 or column does not exist. So what I'll do, I'll do some formatting. So then it will be easy for us to. So I'll run again. Then it is, you see, row 2 or column, and column I did not mention here, it seems. I need to mention column also. Call number. Right, row number, column number. I'll again execute. We'll see that exact issue. row 2 or column 1 does not exist. Column 0 does not exist. So I'll make some more thing here. Here also I'll give a space. Right. So now we'll see what is the issue. First information is in the get cell data, column number. Right. Column number. So if I give 1 and I'll check, so row 2, column 1, 2 does not exist in the Excel. We'll see what is the exact issue. So the reason is I'm expecting from the credentials only, right? So sheet 1 does not have credentials. Sorry, there is a typo. You see that? Credentials, there is a typo. That sheet is not there. Right. You can put that with that sheet name also, data is not exist. Just I'll change the sheet name and I'll execute the same thing. You see that? Base @123, base @123. So I'll go to here. The second row, what I'm checking, 0, 1, 2. So 0th in row, first, second. So base user, I'll mention here 0. Right. Then I'll get exact information. Base user, base @123, 101, 00, some 17, some wrong format it is coming. So 3 and then fail. Right. So I think this format is not perfect. See, this is a string actually. Okay, this is a string. Or you will have some format, right? Format cells. Something weird. Okay, I have given 2 slashes here. DDMMYY. So now we'll check again. We'll see. 1 is coming perfectly. Why is 0, 0? Okay, anyhow, so it is reading the data, right? So some Excel issue that is, so that's fine, but anyhow we are reading the data in the form of string base user, that base 123, 3 and fail, right? Otherwise I may have written some wrong logic, it seems, whatever it may be, but you are getting the data from the Excel sheet. Okay, I think this logic is not wrong, but Excel sheet is wrong, it seems. So fine, now I am reading the data using, what is it? Get row count, sorry, get cell data. Now we'll write one more method using column name. The reason for going to the column name is, what is the use of going for the column name, right? So I don't know, there may be 100 columns, 20 columns, 30 columns, but I cannot keep count which column, which column, which column. So instead, and the same way, today the usernames are in the first column. Tomorrow, as per your requirement, you may move to somewhere else. Then your logic will fail if you use column number. So instead that, I'll give this as a column name. So if you move this to somewhere also, by using username, I can get the exact data, then my logic will never fail, right? So for that reason, we'll write one more overloaded method here. overloaded method. So what I'll do, I'll copy paste this. Get cell data only, but instead of column number, I'll say string column name. String column name. So then what will happen? Easily I can manage the data. So this column name is, there is no logic in the Apache API that take the column name. This is in the first row data, that's it. For us it may be some different color for our what is the convenience. We are maintaining this is a yellow color and bold, and we made it some column name. But Excel means Apache POI never consider this as a column name. You need to make it understand that the first one is column name. So for that we need to write a bit more logic. So for that, so ultimately we need to get the column name, column number only. By using column name, first we'll get the column number, then the remaining logic is as it is in the previous method, right? So what I'll do here, first I'll get, using column name, I'll get the column number, then as it is the same logic, but I need column number only ultimately, but I'll get that using column number. For that what I'll write, try, and the catch is same as it is, and the 90% logic is same. Here what you say, with this column name does not exist. Okay, so by using column name, I'll get the column number first. So first what I'll do, int column underscore number is equals to, otherwise directly column number is equals to, first I'm assuming initially -1. Okay, assuming -1. Now go to the sheet equals to workbook dot get sheet, and then sheet name as usual. Here I know I'll take the row, get row of 0. Why 0? Why I'm hard coding 0 here? My columns will be on the top row, right? In the 0th row only. First row I will have columns. So get row of 0 is no problem. I need to get the data from the 0th row only. So that is the reason I'm hard coding get row of 0. Inside that for loop I'll write int I equals to 0. I'll tell you why it is. I less than row dot get last cell number, right? By using column name, I need to find this column number. So for that I am looping through all the columns from 0 to row dot get last cell number. From here to here I am looping through. Okay, I plus plus. Then if cell dot get cell of, row dot, this is row dot get cell of I. In the 0th cell, what you say, in the first cell I don't know, so I am looping through. Get cell of get string cell value, right? Ultimately column names will be in the form of string only. Dot trim I am using, means if there is any spaces in between or this I am trimming. Dot equals the column name, this column name dot, here also I'm using trim. If I may give some spaces, if that is equals to this one, if that is equals to this one, column number is equals to that I, right? I'm just using this column name to find the column number. For that, in the first row, 0th row, from 0th to last cell number, I am looping again one by one. First row dot get cell of 0. Get cell of 0 means this one, username. That username I am converting it to string, means I'll get username, and the passing column name is also string, means a username. This username is equals to username. Then this column number from -1 to I am replacing 0. Otherwise, I have given this column name as result. So it will, in the 0th index, username, it is not equal, password not equal, date created not equal, number of attempts not equal, then result. By the time it is result, the I will become plus plus. I think 4 or 5. So that will be replaced with this one. So I'll get the column number as my desired column number using this column name. So this is the for loop. We need to write an extra. After that, what we need to find the row. As usual, row is sheet dot get row of row number, right? How I got this row number, right? And then I need to find the cell, row dot get cell of, now I have column number, right? I have column number. After that, the logic is same. From here to here, the logic is same. The change what we are doing here is by using column number, I am finding the column number. By using column name, I am finding the column number. That's it. For that, I have written this logic for loop. Apart from that, everything is same. I am making a convenient way of reading the data using this method. The reason is sometimes Excel sheet may contain columns. By using these column names, it is easy to read the data. Okay, that simple it is. So now what I'll do, I'll go to here, I'll copy this much and I'll paste here. Okay, and then get cell data using, here I'll mention column name, here also column name, same get cell data. Instead of here, what I'm doing, column number I'm using, I'll make it column name. So what is that column name? Username, and then password, and then date created, number of attempts, and then result, right? The same data I'm reading, instead of using number, I'm using name, and the row, you need to give the row number, that we cannot avoid. Okay, when you run this, we'll see is there any issue. This is that I'm getting the same information. But here using column name, here using column number, here I'm using column name. That simple it is, right? So we have written two methods, get cell data, but the difference is these are overloaded methods, right? Same name, but different parameters. Instead of int column number, here I am passing string column name. By using this column name, I got the column number and the remaining logic is same. So now we'll try to, write the data to Excel sheet using column number. Okay, so here what I'll do, I'll remove some data result. Okay, I'll write the data here. Okay, I'm removing, and you need to remember one thing, right? When you reading the data, if the Excel sheet is in open state also, no problem. But when you're writing to the Excel sheet, it should be closed, otherwise you will get some issues. Okay, so I'll close this Excel sheet now. Okay, fine. Now I'll write the logic here. For this, I'll write a method called public. I'll write boolean, means whether the data is written in the Excel sheet or not. So public boolean set cell data. Instead of get cell data, I'm saying set cell data string sheet name comma int column number comma int row number comma string value. One more parameter here, means what value you are passing to the Excel sheet, means what information you are writing into Excel sheet, that you need to mention, right? This value I am mentioning, right? Fine. While reading, only these three parameters are enough: sheet name, column number, row number. But while you're writing, what information, which data you want to write, that also you need to mention. So the same way, try catch. In the catch, I'll write exception E. So E dot print stack trace, and then I'll say return false. The reason is I'm returning boolean, right? So inside the try, I'll write the logic. Sheet equals to workbook dot get sheet, sheet name, right? And the row equals to sheet dot get row of row number, right? Now what I'll do, if there is no row, if row equals to null, okay, if row equals to null, there is no row itself, the row in the 100th row I am writing. So in the Excel sheet, what we need to do, if you do not have any data already, if it is the first time you are entering into that row, so you need to follow, like you need to create that cell, you need to create that row and cell. Row is equals to sheet dot create row, and then row number you need to mention, right? We are not separately creating, it is visible in the Excel sheet, but from the Apache POI, if there is no data, you not entered in anything manually, first time you are entering to that row using your logic, then you need to mention sheet dot create row. Okay, once it is done, cell is equals to row dot get cell of column number, right? And the same way here also you need to, if cell is equals to null, the same way how you are checking the row, in the same way you check for the cell also. Then cell is equals to row dot create cell and then column number. In the particular column number, create the cell in the particular row, right? Then very simple. Now I created the cell dot set cell value. set cell value of value. In this sheet, in the particular row, in the sheet, in the particular row, if the row is not there, create the row, and in a particular cell, means using this column number, if the cell is not there, create the cell. Inside, after creating the cell, inside that cell, set the cell value, the value which you provided. Right, that's it. Then you are writing back. So you need to use file output stream. Right, you need to follow file output stream. How you're reading the input stream? Using input file input stream. And the same way, file output stream, you need to use FOS is equals to null. Okay, so after writing that, you need to mention FOS is equals to new file output stream of the same Excel file path. Okay, in the same Excel file, right, I am writing. So workbook dot write of FOS. Okay, then you need to mention FOS dot close. Whenever you are opening a connection, you need to close that connection. Okay, simple. Till read, this is fine, but when you're writing back, you need to mention file output stream, the same file, workbook dot write to this file, means it will write the data into that cell. Okay, then close the FOS. Fine. Then what we'll do, then after that, I'll simply say return. If everything goes fine, return true. That's it. Right, Boolean. So what I'll do, now I will try this. Okay, checking set cell data using column number. Here also set cell data using column number. Okay, so here I'll mention set cell data. In the credentials, what I'll take, in the first column, right, what is this? Set cell data of string, first integer is column number. Right, column number I know. What is that column number? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the result, right, I am writing in the fourth column, second row, and then the result I am saying fail. Right, I removed the data, right, in the Excel sheet, and I closed Excel sheet. There is no Excel sheet, I closed. So in the credential sheet, fourth column, second row, I need to write fail. Right, I'll simply run this. You see, true. It is giving me true, means perfectly written. So now I'll open that Excel sheet. Now I'll open that Excel sheet. Test data.xlsx. I'm opening this. So it will take a bit time to open. You see that it has written fail in this. You see, fail. Right. So it's working fine. So I'll close the Excel sheet again, and we'll write one more method the same way what we have written for read the data. For the read the data, we have written get cell data using column name and column number. The same way we'll write overloaded method for this also. Okay, I'll copy paste and then catch. and then return true also I'll write here. Anyhow I know all these things I need to write, right? So I'll close the method. Something wrong. Then why it is giving me error? Okay, same method I'm using, right? So what I'll do here, string column name, and the logic is same. We need to find the column number how we did here. The column name how we did the same thing, right? The same logic will apply. That's it. Using column name I'll find the column number, right? So what I'll do, I'll write the logic here. Int the column number is equals to -1 and sheet equals to workbook dot get sheet of the sheet name, and row is equals to sheet dot get row of 0, right? Same thing. And then use the for loop, same for loop. Int I equals to 0, I less than row dot get last cell number, comma I plus plus. Inside this, sorry, if row dot get cell of I dot get string cell value dot trim dot equals, then column name dot trim, then call number is equals to I, right? The same logic. Now I got the column number. Now what I'll do, sheet, from there I'll copy paste the same thing, right? I need to find the row here, right? Row equals to row number, right? I'll copy from here to here, the same logic. Right, here the row I have taken get row of 0. From the first row I need to get the column number using column name. I am overwriting this row to particular row number which you are passing from here. Now the latest row is this row. Then if row equal to null, create that, cell equal to null, create the cell, and set cell value the same thing, right? So now I'll use this. Now I will use this. Using column name. Using column name. Here instead of 4th row, I'll mention this is result, right? Column name. In the second row, I'll write in the first row. Already second row we have seen here, right? We have written, right? So this time in the first row where the result column name, where the column name is equal to result, and then first row I'll write pass. Okay, simple. Alright, I changed this 4 to result and this 2 to 1, and I'm writing the, instead of fail I'm writing pass, some dummy data. Right, now we'll try to execute this, whether it is working fine or not, this overloaded method with this one. I'll simply run as Java application You see that again true. This true is for this one, this true for this one. So now I'll open that Excel sheet. You see that it pass, it written pass in the first row using the result column name. Right, it's working perfectly. I'm closing the Excel sheet again. And then oops. So we have written 6 methods: get column count, get row count, get cell data using column number, get cell data using column name, set cell data using column number, set cell data using column name. So this much is enough to interact with any Excel sheet. I need row count and column count, and then read the data and write the data using column number and column name. Right, this much is enough. Okay, so we have seen Apache POI API to interact with the Excel sheet, and we have seen that how to read the data and write the data to Excel. Okay, that's all in this video. Thank you.